my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is amazing. It is utterly amazing. The comments, the disrespect attempts, it is actually comedy. But what is more amazing than that is the fact that delusional people, not people that are sensible, not even if they're Max fans and they're sensible, because I've met plenty and talked to and had debate with plenty of people that like Max as a fan who don't do utterly retarded things such as this. All right. Like it's just mind boggling to me. Also, I mean, I don't know how many times I had to say it, and I'm not saying it again. If you don't know, go back and watch many of my other videos that I've talked about Max, and you'll hear some of my personal selections about Max, but also my discrepancies about Max. So I'm not going into that because I'm not going to coddle this situation. The rules of Formula One and FIA have once again led a lot of you to believe that you can apply certain things in a way to make them right when they're not really right, but because they may say something, we can dilute it and kind of maybe dance around and make you believe that this is true. Okay, so I'm going to get into this because several other people thought I ignored something. I didn't ignore it. I left it there for purposely a debate that could be spawned up, which is now to see where people would stand, because we should know by now after Abu Dhabi that there are things that the FIA and Formula One have done that are egregious, that robbed Lewis Hamilton in the past, and you all wanted to ignore the rules. You wanted to ignore them. You thought it was okay that they ignored them. You thought it was okay that the word any did not incorporate all cars that Lewis had passed. That is why you wanted to try to apply that, which was in that time still bullshit, and it's bullshit now. So we're going to look at this so-called rule or stipulation that you thought I ignored, and I'm going to go over it with you and see if it says all of or any, because there is a difference, right? Because y'all want to apply the difference. So let's look at this rule, okay? Then we'll once again look at the video. Right here, Section 5, Chapter 4, Appendix L. Right here on the lower right hand of the image, number 5, exit from the pit lane. Okay, we already see the safety car, all that stuff. We're not interested in that. We see Bravo. There will be a green light. We're not interested in that at the time being. Then what do we see? What do we see here? Charlie, C, lower right-hand corner, accepted in the case of force majeure, okay? It says right here, now in this line crossed out, I'm guessing, hey, they're not worried about that anymore. Any line painted on the track at the pit exit for the purpose of separating cars leaving the pits from those on the track must not be crossed by any part of a car leaving the pits. Now listen at that. It says it must not be crossed with any part of the car, but this is lined out, right? This is lined out. So I'm guessing they're excluding this and now have, updated this right here to say that any tire of a car exiting the pit lane must not cross any line painted on the track at the pit exit for the purpose of separating cars leaving the pit lane from those on the track. It says any tire of a car, any tire. Okay, so does that say all part of a tire? No. Does that say the complete tire must cross in order for this? No. It does not say that. This is where the debate is, and this is where the problem is. If there can be a debate on rules, because this is not the only thing that refers you to something in subject matter of the pit lane exit. We already clearly saw a document that stated that all cars must remain on the right side of the line. On the right side of the line. That means at no time is any part of your car or your tire supposed to exist on the left side of that line, or even debatable on the yellow line. This is where the problem is, people. And this is where a lot of you are lost and you want to try to swindle. But what you're for Max, you want to try to swindle for Max, because I would be pretty damn confident if this was Lewis Hamilton, a lot of you who are now in favor of this in a diluted way would say there is no measure. He was wrong. And that is where the problem is. See, my perspective is in the future of all drivers. And if the rule needs to remain consistent, so no driver is penalized unfairly at a later date. The rules need to be in parallel. They need to be consistent across all documents. We already clearly saw any or all on the right side must not exist on any. We already saw the document say that a portion of Max's tire was clearly on the left side. Another portion clearly on the line. Some of it existing on the right side. He crossed. In a race, if we say you can't cross this line, we even have a stipulation, a gray area. If it's on the line, it's not crossing. If there's any part of the damn rubber existing on the left-hand side line, you cross. But a lot of you ain't even raced. A lot of you ain't even street raced. A lot of you haven't even built a car to race. A lot of y'all don't even have any experience of being in a competitive car, in a competitive environment, on a track, going to a track, to even have the experience or even have the ability to talk on this subject. But I'm the keyboard dude. Meanwhile, I got trophies from racing and drag racing. Might not be NASCAR, might not be Formula One, but I've been in a competitive environment every week, to show up every Friday, to drive and race by elimination every night. I've been in the dyno every other week to tune the engine. Where the hell is your experience? I've owned a race cart, a competitive race cart, and a race car. I'm just saying, like, think about it. Stop being so damn biased and think about the rule as it is to be applied to the sport and other competitors in the future. The rule is diluted. It leaves a gray area. If they want to be sure, if they're going to say on the right side of the line, it needs to say on the right side of the line and nothing else. It does not. It means that if your tire's on the line, that's not on the right side. That's on the line. But we outline that before we street race. If the rubber is on the line and does not break the line, you did not cross. But if there's any portion of rubber on the left side of that line or on the other side of that line, then you cross. Max's tire existed on the left side of the line. That is a cross. The damn rule needs to say, it needs to state that no part of the tire, or if you want to say the entire tire must be on the left side of the line, then you need to state that the entire tire or tires must exist on the left side of the line to be penalized for this. That's what you need to do. All this gray area, we're done with that shit. We should be getting better with this. This should be evolving. This should be changing so there is no debate. But there is a debate because the rule is not solid. It's not solid. It's not solidly defined. And it doesn't solidly shake hands with other regulations or guidelines that we've seen in other documents that say on the right side. So this is the problem. You know what? You say what you want to say about me. I'm not the problem. Your problem really is with FIA and Formula One. These are documents that I'm referencing. The documents that you all from the last video said, you didn't look at this, copy and paste. Yeah, I looked at that shit. Looked at it before I made the video. And it's still gray area as hell. Still, Max broke the line. He broke the line, which means he crossed and which means he should be penalized. And anybody else that breaks that line should be penalized. Now, going forward, if you want to say that the entire tire must be on the left side of the line, that's what the rule needs to say. That the entire tire needs to be on the left side of the line for the pit lane entry line to be broken, which is still stupid. But at least you're saying what your level of decision making is. Now we know. And now other teams won't have to waste their money launching protest because it's clear. You think Ferrari, with everything they've done, everything they know, the amount of knowledge they have, would have launched a protest? They know these inside and out. No, they launched it because, well, by the rules that we see here, we're able to launch this protest and we should be good, right? Well, not really, because maybe there's some things that we want to happen and maybe not penalize and give those seconds, and then somebody drops out of said place. I'm just saying. But hey, you know, y'all sit up here with these shenanigans, and you think that you're right. All the time, I don't think that I'm right. I just look at documents, read them, say them. Let's hear perspectives on them, opinions, but the rule is not clear. And as the other rules lay out, and as they admitted, Max's tire was on the left side of the line. He's wrong. He broke the rule. And and until they change that rule right there that you want to point to try to say, are you stupid? Did you look at that? Yeah, I looked at it. It needs to say the entire tire, not any, right? Because you like the word any. So anyway, yeah, there it is. Still, he broke the line. He broke the rule. If you want the rule to be changed so it divinely absolves Max and any other driver in the future, remember, because Max is not going to be here forever. Lewis is not going to be here forever. Schumacher, Senna, Hill, Vettel, Alonso, we've seen the drivers are going to come and go. But it's just some drivers, while they're here, are greater than other drivers. That's a fact. No, I'm not trying to poke anybody, but it's a fact, when you can count them up, you can count them up, that says something. So anyway, just build it. Peace. Oh yeah. And guess what? You can't hate down. I just want to let you know that you don't hate down. Like, people that are up higher, don't hate down on people behind them. There's no reason. Like, I'm way out in front of you in accomplishments, awards. You don't hate down. Like, there's no hate on Max. Max has got one Astro championship. Even if I was going to hate, I still wouldn't hate on that. It's not about that. But yeah, for all you people who, say that people are hating on Max, or, Lewis fans are hating on Max, that you don't hate down. It just doesn't work that way. It's an upstream thing. It's upstream. So yeah, anyway, just build it. Peace. Thanks for tuning in and watching another video here at Wolfpack Performance. Check out some of my other content on Formula One issues, our topics, and our DIY products on how to customize your vehicle. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.